some old Dart 345s. We're going to fix them up. Alright, had a customer send in a pair of big block Chevys, some Darts. Tore up pretty good. Broke some valves apparently. Poked a hole plumb through right there. That one beat it up pretty good. Not too awful bad. An old set of heads. Pretty nice pair. Some old Dart 345s. We're going to fix them up. I will walk through the process of doing the repair and getting them welded and remachined. So stay tuned. Got them cleaned up here. Do a little grinding. Get pieces of metal and stuff out of them that's in them, and some clean aluminum, and we'll do some welding on them. Got one of them cleaned up a little bit, gets the seats out of it, and we can do some welding on this one. Got one here where the stem of the valve poked plumb through to the water jacket. Repairs like that, you really need to grind this out pretty big so you can work your way excuse me, work your way back up and be sure and just not cover it over and get the thickness you need down in there so it doesn't have an issue. Give you a little bit of a close-up view of the welding. Got one head done. Work on the other one here in a little bit and get some video of it. Got them welded up now. Just kind of have to go back and rough this in, make sure there's no spots that I need to a little more welding before I take the guides out and do the seats. Roughed in now. Gonna have to do a little more work on this chamber area here. I'll show you how I kind of get some measurements to make them look pretty close to what this is, and we'll probably have to do a little more welding here and there. I see some spots I might need to weld some more on, but overall got most of it pretty well fixed up. Got it rough ground, and I think we're getting close. Okay, we set the head up so we can cut the tops of the guides down, because they're tore up so bad on the bottom side that it will distort the hole if we drive them back this direction. So we're going to drive them out the other direction. Put our cutter in and I get them cut down like that, go do the intakes, and I'll drive all the guides out and put a new set of guides in it and hone them and repair the seats. Okay, we got the tops of the guides machined off here so we can drive them down the opposite direction to keep from messing up the guide hole where the guides are distorted on the bottom. And that's all there is to it. Take it. That way we didn't get around here. We didn't distort any of the bottom where they were bowed out and stuff like that one there. All right, now we'll put some guides in. Okay, I'll show you a couple of these guides. That's the reason I did that. You can see how distorted some of them are. Not all of them, but there were several where it broke those valves and bent them. That's why I do it that way. It's easier just to set up and cut the tops of all of them, then you don't run into a problem. All right, got a set of guides all knocked in. One thing I do is I have this tool here, got a pretty good taper on it. I'll put a chamfer at the very top of the guides, not a lot, but just enough to knock any burrs off and put just a little bit of taper. Like that. Might hear somebody over here banging on the bowl. What? You got them welded up, got a surface put on them. Chamber's kind of roughed in here. Gonna cut them for the seats. Get the seats put in them. Close-up picture of what it looks like with the seats cut, and kind of what the chambers look like roughed in. Knock some seats in, and then we will cut the intake side. Alright, we got intake seats drove in it. We'll get the headset back up on the 30, and I'll show you how to use the 30 adjustable cutter here. The little setup tool, how it works. Okay, got our little adjustable seat cutter here. Adjust it to our seat size. Figure out how much press we want in it. Aluminum heads, I usually try to do about 0.008 press on the seat. I've adjusted it out just a hair too far, so we back it up a little bit. See where we're at here. Alright, right about there. Lock it down. Double check. Alright, we got it set. Pretty simple little setup. Got the intake seat ring holes now. We get it cut out nice and clean. Got another one here to do. Alright, got those 3 cut for seat rings. Get it vacuumed up and unlock some seat rings in it. There we go. I got some seats knocked in it. I gotta go back and trim them down to fit the chamber a little better, but it works out better if I leave them stick up just a hair like that and then trim them down with the 30 cutter. Okay. I've got a little tool I put in my cutter holder. Got a little radius on the edge of it right here to go in and fix this area right in here where the seat sits down, so there's a nice radius in it like the original seats were. Saves the head quarter a lot of work. Going in there and trying to radius that out. See, it makes a nice little radius down in that area there, so it's easy to blend the bowl back in on it and gives me more of an idea of how I need to finish that area there. Set up and do the intakes now. I got them cut down now, little hand work on them, and this head will be pretty much ready to send to the headquarter. Got one more to cut on this other head here. So much surface contact that it tends to try to shatter, but there's not a lot you can do about it, just go slow. That kind of makes it a nice little radius back in there and easy to blend it all back in. I'll show some video of blending everything back in. Okay, that's got them pretty well roughed in for the head porter. I'll get them washed up and do some more video after I get them washed. Okay, got them all welded up, cleaned up. New seats put in that hole. The others just kind of cleaned the chambers up a little bit. Fixed a few little spots in them. This one here is 7, 5, and 3. Put all new seat rings in. Got them all welded up. And new guides all in the head. Had to weld up a couple of spots on, I don't know if y'all can see the guides here. That one I had to kind of weld up around the guide, and this one I had to weld up around the guide. Customer's going to send them back to his head porter and let him do the valve job and maybe update some of the porting. Appreciate everyone watching. I've got some pretty good stuff coming up, hopefully, in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned.